I am back from my workshop in Venice with Mimo Madani. We had a wonderful time. We had a great group of folks. We had better than expected weather for most of it. I'm not done with my Spark page. I just got the behind the scenes photos right before we went on the air. But anyway, this is under construction. It's not done yet. But I'll show you some pictures that I got during the year. I will start off with one of my very favorite ones, which is this one right here.
Oh, that's nice. I love that. Yeah.
It was waiting for the timing, and there's so much traffic there on the Grand Canal. But that was one of my favorites.
And you know what's great about that is waiting for the gondolier to be in that pocket of light.
Right. So that
and that's because people will say like, well, why is that photo so great? And it's like it's the timing. It's the gesture.
And it took a bit. I stood there for, I don't know, 20 minutes. Okay. This is a model we hired. So we produced a shoot for our participants. What we did was we hired a model in Italy, and then we went to I guess they're called an atelier, which is they rent the costumes, the handmade costumes, the very heavy handmade costumes, and the wig and a mask and all of that stuff. And then this is literally right outside our hotel.
That's awesome.
We had such a great location. Our hotel was in the perfect place.
You wouldn't even know when that was shot.
And I'm waiting for the gondolier, but if I show... So here's the thing about gondolas. Let me tell you the story on gondolas.
Yeah.
I love gondolas because when I think of romance in Venice, I think of a couple in love on a gondola.
Yeah.
But here's the reality of the gondola in Venice. Ready? It's a family of 4, and they have ball caps on, and they're taking selfies.
iPads and iPhones everywhere.
It's not romantic. It's never that couple that you want. Never. It's packed full of tourists, and there's like 6 of them in there, and they're wearing tourist clothes, and it looks terrible.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting just little parts of the gondola becomes your thing. All right. So anyway, but this is her. You'll see more of her in a moment because we have some other shots. But and then this is a classic Mimo Madani shot.
Yeah.
I took the photo, but I processed it and shot it like Mimo. So Mimo is the master of the long exposure and that particular style of editing.
Especially extreme long exposure.
Extreme, like we're talking, 4, 5, 6 minutes with a 10 stop. And then this is taken just after dawn. We're on a very small dock that Mimo knows of. And here's another one. Mimo knew about it. He used to live in Venice. He lived in Venice for like 8 years. He knows all the spots. We scope this space. I bring the group here, right? Ready? There is a wheelbarrow there. There's wood. There's workers there. They're there for a half hour, 40 minutes, just loading the boat full of all this stuff before we could shoot. But we did. We waited. We waited the 40 minutes, and we waited till gondolas went by. And the thing is, this is sad. So gondoliers, think of a gondolier. Picture a gondolier. He's got the striped shirt on.
Yeah.
He's got the hat, the matching hat.
Okay,
that hat. Good luck finding a gondolier actually wearing that hat. Now they're wearing ball caps.
Yeah.
They're wearing a black vest over their stuff.
It's just changed.
It's just changed. It's like that was the classic stuff. And I would say 1 in 10 actually wears the hat. And I would say the rest.
It's like every time I go back to Venice, there's less.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
But so we all waited for the guy with the hat. And all right. So then we did some really long exposures. There's the Bridge of Sighs that connects the courthouse to the prison. So, and then long exposure you can see here. This is literally our hotel is 50 feet to the right. So another long exposure. And here's one taken from the museum that's owned by Salma Hayek's husband. Shot from just outside of his one morning at dawn. So we did portrait shoots. So the thing I said about the gondola? Every gondola. So I rented a gondola. Well, I say Mimo arranged to have a gondola. Mimo speaks fluent Italian. He knows how to talk to him. So we bought a dress here in the U.S. The dress, I believe, came from Malaysia. I flew over to Italy with this giant dress. It's a big ball gown. We flew over there with it. My wife picked it out in gold so the colors would match. Nice. Contrast with what's in there. So we did that, flew over there, and then we found a model, and we rented a gondola. And so here's my favorite shot from that is right here. And this is our model in the gondola. I'm shooting from up on a bridge. Cool. We're all shooting from up on a bridge. Everybody's there. It's fun. Now, this shot, when I saw it, remind me of that Chanel No. 5 shot.
Yeah.
So I went and I made a mock cover of the old Chanel #5 ad. I called it Canal instead of Chanel, of course. And this is also from the same place. But you can see, look, there's someone in a gondola that is not doing a selfie. All right. So then she said, hey, I've got another outfit. Can I bring it? And we're like, yeah. So we changed and went to San Marco Square.
Nice.
Right? That's nice. With San Marco in the background. Then we did this darker one with like a real dark exposure. Right? And
like
so, yeah, the light was great. And it was not that dark. Mimo was running around telling everybody, go 2 stops under. Go under, right? And then here's the third one that we did in another famous spot. So the Bridge of Sighs is right down there. Had to wait for the gondolier and had to take the shine off his forehead. But anyway, that
looks like a cinematic kind of ad.
Yeah, I like it. Again, Mimo is so great. He's got such a great eye. If you haven't watched Mimo's classes on composition on Kelby 1, they're fantastic.
Karen's asking you, are you using the 24 to 240 on these?
Come on, Karen, you know that I am. Yes, I'm using the 24 to 240. That is every shot you've seen has been taken. Mimo and I were in a church, and he had the 11, and I was going to shoot it with my phone, and he said, no, take my 11. That's the only time. Every other shot that you see is taken with the 24 to 240. Greatest lens ever. Okay, let's move on. All right, so there's some classic San Marco. Oh, look at this San Marco Square. Yes. What you don't see here is 1 million people. So
when we tilted down, you would.
When we go out, no, there was nobody there at that time. We go out in the morning. You go to shoot, there's nobody there.
Yeah, if you're in the morning.
We went to the Academia Bridge, Erik. There was nobody on the bridge but
That's
2
the
people
magic time.
painting. You can go to like 8 or 8:30 and there's nobody out there. And then you go inside and have breakfast and you come out and they drop 10,000 people into that empty square where there was nobody. It's packed. Venice is packed. So it's nice to get out in the morning. And then we took this rainy day trip. All right. Now, we were very, very lucky to have Riccardo Fracassi, who is a wonderful, he is like the king of the Dolomites, right? He runs workshops there. He does workshops with Serge Remeli. In fact, it was through Serge that I found out about Riccardo. Incredibly nice guy. Says, I'll meet you in the Dolomites. I'll take you to all the great places. We arrive in the Dolomites and it's raining. We did get one shot even in the rain.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's not bad, right? You got nice atmospheric stuff and all. But that was the best shot of the day, basically.
Because if it was that, and it probably got hazy, cloudy, and you couldn't see anything.
You couldn't see the tops of any. Like, we're supposed to go up and shoot. We couldn't even see the tops of anything. So we wound up going to this lake at the end that was okay. And Mimo asked this guy to, but, there's other stories. All right. This was, these aren't even in order yet. This was on our way to one of our morning shoots. This was the Academia Bridge right outside. We were having dinner, and this was the view. So it's not a bad view at the restaurant. There's the famous Academia Bridge shot that you take in the morning.
That's where I met Mimo when I was in Venice. I just ran into him.
That was my second shoot with Mimo, or my first actual shoot with Mimo was there too. All right, so do you like this image? It's kind of nice. All right, but do you like this one? Come on. What about this one?
I like that with the frame.
Both of these are iPhone shots.
What?
These are iPhone.
Blasphemy.
That's an iPhone right there. That's an iPhone. Now, that's not long exposure. So this is using iPhone's long exposure, and then I went in and just tweaked it a bit to make it a little longer.
That's nice.
So that's nice. I did that. And then this is from across the water, and this is where they park the boats at night. This is taken at night. We're all on tripods. It's taken at 5:05 in the morning, completely dark outside, an hour before sunrise. This is the church. So to answer your question earlier, did I use the 24 to 240? This was when I switched to the 11. The 11's probably too wide, but look at the ceiling.
The world's heaviest lens?
World's heaviest lens. Look at that. Now, Sherry was with us, right? And Sherry had a 10. She had that 10 to 24. That's a nice lens. Oh, boy. All right. And then I'm going to just buzz through here. This was neat.
I like that.
All right.
one.
So this was in the doorway of the church in that little island in San Giorgio Maggiore. I thought that was kind of nice. He's kissing her forehead, right?
Yeah, I like it.
That's all I have. But I do have some behind-the-scenes shots. Thank you. I have some behind-the-scenes shots. This is us on our way to one of the shoots. So here's us shooting on the Academia Bridge. And see, there's no other photographers there And there's just a woman painting and another woman painting beside her, and their paintings were really good. So it's just us there at dawn. And then this is us in one of the many restaurants. We ate good. Woo! We had some great food. Yeah, we went to some great places. This is our classroom. So our classroom was looking out onto St. Mark's Square, or San Marco Square, if you want to call it that. We had a great classroom with a giant TV screen. Good Lord, that thing was big. This is us in the Dolomites getting wet. And this is us eating pasta again, which we did on multiple occasions. Here we are in San Marco.
What, pasta?
I know, it's a lot of places had pasta. Anyway, this is us shooting in different various locations. These are all, there's me.
Look at that.
Isn't that a pose, right? Come on, let's go. Look at Mimo's tripod. Mimo has the tallest tripod. Mimo's very tall. He gets up on his tiptoes, and he's shooting over the crowds at Academia with like a 9-foot tripod.
It's smart.
And here we are someplace. And there we are someplace. There we all are shooting. And there we are again.
Nice.
Right? Mm-hmm. Sunset on San Giorgio Maggiore. And this is us waiting for sunset. This is us in the opera house in one room where we're all just exhausted. Mm-hmm. This is us out. There's Kelly Jones. Kelby, one instructor. Kelly Jones. This is us at the parking lot of all the things. And this is us at our farewell luncheon, or maybe our opening night dinner. Hard to say. That's it. There's some behind the scenes courtesy of Mimo.
Nice.
All right. So that gives you an idea of that.